Hi, I'm here with Reed Carlton. And Reed, what do you do at Salesforce? Why don't you go ahead and tell us about that?
Sure. Good morning, Dan. Good afternoon. Hi, everybody at Dreamforce and everybody out at Salesforce Live. What I do at Salesforce is I'm a principal developer evangelist, and I'm actually a special kind of evangelist. We've got a bunch of evangelists, but I'm really the only one that does apps, right? So I'm an apps evangelist.
Yeah.
And my main focus is around the Force.com Labs program.
Okay.
So there are more than 240 different Force.com Labs apps, which you can get on the App Exchange.
Yeah.
You can install them into your org. And these are apps which do everything from lead scoring to project management to things around closed loop marketing, link shorteners. I mean, chances are if you've got something you want to do on the platform, we've got some code out there that's already set up to get you started.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Force.com Labs. What are some of the exciting things that are coming out of Force.com Labs? I mean, can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So Force.com Labs is actually a really exciting program. It's one of the things that I spend most of my time on it, and I'm fascinated by it. I love it. So in the past month, we have had a project management system come out that's called Milestones PM. We've had a RSS aggregator that brings in RSS information into your chatter feed.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's very cool.
Very cool.
We had a thing which helps you do sustainability, right? It's designed to help do carpooling back and forth between work. So an organization can install this into their org, and they can track rides that are available and rides you might want. It's all integrated with Chatter. It's very cool.
Yeah, of the people that are in your company, it's
exactly.
You can find, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
cool. And so, you've been here since February, and I just want to talk about the excitement that's been happening and what brought you to Salesforce. This is your first Dreamforce as an employee.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not your first Dreamforce. This is your first Dreamforce as an employee.
Yeah, so it's a great question.
Yeah.
So I've been in the ecosystem since 2007.
Yeah.
Force.com, was revolutionary for me when I first discovered it because I'm a developer, right?
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that I get really bored with is writing the same old code all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And there are a lot of things in the Java world, which is where I came from, that speed things up, but nothing compared to what you get with Force.com,
Yeah.
right? So when I was looking around to kind of change my development paradigm, I found Force.com.
Yeah.
I got into it. I started developing. I was really excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then in February of this year, I found an opportunity to do this Force.com Labs thing. And let's just face it, it's a great gig. I mean,
it really is.
I have one of the funnest jobs that I've ever heard of, to be honest.
Yeah,
I get to talk to all kinds of people.
Yeah.
And you asked me what brought me to Dreamforce this year, and I work
Salesforce,
here, so I have to be here.
Yeah.
But I got here actually on Saturday night, and on Sunday we were over there, and we're at Moscone West working on the dev zone, and getting that all set up.
Yeah.
And what's fun is, I'm walking on the outside, and all the colors for Dreamforce, everything is so happy, right?
Yeah.
You look at our logo, you look at our colors, it's all cheery, it's all great mood. And then we walked up, and day one was Cloud Stock.
Yeah, Cloud Stock, that's right. That was such a great day, too. I went and checked that out.
Yeah.
I love the orange, the Woodstock of cloud computing.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane, So we had more than 30 partners, 60 sessions, all coming to this great free developer event where we had more than 3,000 people. And at that time, so Heroku's there, right?
Yeah.
And obviously since, that time, we've announced that we're acquiring Heroku, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely fantastic. So it was a great day, great event. Absolutely loving the Dreamforce.
And did you have any involvement with CloudStock at all, or have you had any breakout sessions you've been running, and what are those? So
that's a great question. So I've been working with the developer evangelism team on helping to shape kind of the intro to Force.com experience for new developers, right? And so that means intro to the data model, intro to Force.com sites, intro to Visual Force, all those core technologies which really help people be productive on the platform.
Yeah.
And what's been fun is as we get in those sessions, they're all completely packed, right? Because people are very interested.
Yeah.
But what's been fun is that we've got this Dreamforce mobile app this year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
and
that's an exciting one. Yeah, from Bing Yang and Gopal Patel. They've collaborated with a lot of teams to make that happen. It was exciting to see that.
It's a totally killer app. So you've got an iPad here, and you can actually bring it up on an iPad.
Yep.
And you can go into a session and start asking questions.
Yep.
And so what we found is people were asking questions. We're answering the questions in the chatter feed.
Yeah.
It was very interactive. It was a great dynamic. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things about just Dreamforce is that the Dreamforce mobile app just brings it to a whole other level. And it's one of those exciting things. So let's talk about kind of you mentioned Heroku. Let's talk about some of the exciting news that's happened, with database.com yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a 1, 2, 3 punch.
Yeah.
And how does that impact, our Force.com community, our developers, and everyone?
Well, this has been an exciting year, right?
Yeah.
So, we're here at Dreamforce, and obviously we have some big announcements, but all the announcements started Dreamforce last year with Chatter, right? Then VMforce, right?
Yeah,
Which is huge.
Yep. And
right?
VMforce, that is huge. I know you coming from the Java world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was out at Spring One in Chicago about 6 weeks ago, and we were talking with all these Java developers about it, and it was absolutely fantastic. Everybody's completely stoked.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we get the REST API, right?
Yeah.
The REST API is absolutely huge. It's
that's
fantastic.
Huge. Yes.
Yeah. And from there, we're now going to database.com, which is insane, right? Where you can take advantage of our huge database, our great infrastructure.
What'd you think of the demo?
The demo was very sweet.
What'd you think of the guy running the demo? Was that okay?
So it's funny. I was a little disappointed that the guy running the demo didn't have like Chatty and Sassy on his fingernails.
Oh, my fingernails? Yes.
Yeah.
That did happen in Tokyo.
Yeah.
But it wasn't me driving the demo there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No,
good
it's
point.
absolutely fun. You get the people at Salesforce, and everybody at Salesforce are super smart. They're driven, and they're also really funny, right?
Yeah, that was
great. That was a great touch in Tokyo.
I did get a manicure.
Okay,
but,
nice job.
Yeah, but because I didn't want to gross all the viewers out there. But anyway, let's go back to database.com and talk about the technology.
Yeah. So what I think is going to be fascinating about database.com, right, is the ability to get all these records and to take advantage of our platform in a database which was really engineered from the ground up to live in the cloud, right?
Yep.
It's never a database that was designed to sit in your back room or in a little server room someplace, or something that you would have to maintain and adjust, right?
Yeah.
Completely tuned for you. Very cool stuff.
Very cool. And so we only have about, I guess, a couple days left. What else are you looking forward to here at Dreamforce?
So the great thing that's going to come up in the next couple of days are all of the State of the Union, the platform State of the Union.
Yep.
We're going to have Meet the Developer sessions, right? The Meet the Developer sessions with Dave Carroll and a bunch of the other leaders.
Dave's great. Yeah.
It's just absolutely fantastic. You learn more in 45 minutes or an hour than you can in a month or 2 months on your own.
Yes.
Right?
Every time I come into a snag, I run to Dave Carroll, and he is the man.
Yeah.
So.
At D Carroll on Twitter, by the way. At D Carroll. Definitely worth catching up with.
For the Twitter community out there, at D Carroll. Yes. Good point.
Absolutely. So. But the other thing is, in addition to that, our technology has gotten so comprehensive and our offering is so mature at this point that we're not just doing one session on Meet the Developers. We actually have a number of sessions which are very technology specific. So if you want to meet the developers behind Apex, you can have a fireside chat with the Apex developers.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, or you can have a fireside chat with the people who develop Chatter, which is going to be fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So we only have just a couple minutes left here, but I wanted to ask a couple things. What are is there anything cool that you're kind of working on in your labs? I love the contests that you throw on internally because it's one of those things where it gets all of our internal developers. I have a team of developers and they love your contests. And they throw their stuff at you and they love to put to win an iPad and get out there. So tell us more about that.
Well, so that's a great question. So one of the things we've done this year is we've really ratcheted up the Force.com Labs program. It's been around since 2005, but this year alone, we've released more than 50 apps, right? More than 50 apps. And some of these are Chatter apps. Some of these are apps which are, designed around marketing. And some of these are completely standalone platform apps. So what's really coming up next is more of that kind of same level of innovation, right? So we've got a couple of interesting things which should be coming out kind of towards the end of December, so stay tuned. And then we've got another couple of things which I can't go into detail on because the developers haven't committed.
Oh boy, I'm sure there's a lot of ideas out there. For the community out there, they can throw. What's your Twitter handle that they can tweet to you and give you ideas for the Force.com Labs?
Sure. So that's a great question. So it's at Reed Carlberg. Or at Force.com Labs. You can do either one. At Reed Carlberg, which is pretty easy. And send me your ideas. And if you have something which you like or you don't like about the Labs program, tell me. If you have a question about an app, tell me. If you got something you want to see as next, tell me. We're all into it.
Great. Thank you very much, Reed. And I'm going to send it back to the studio.
Great. Thanks a lot.